What if I told you that the Los Angeles Dodgers, a team with the deepest pockets and perhaps the most intimidating roster in all of baseball, are now teetering on the edge of a potential postseason disaster, not because of a lack of talent or ambition, but because one of their most prized arms, Blake Snell, is stuck in the shadow of an injury cloud that refuses to clear? This isn't the kind of late-season drama Dodgers fans hoped for. This is the stuff of nail-biting headlines and uncertain futures, and it all comes down to a man who is expected to dominate the mound and lead a super team toward October glory. Yet here we are, watching time slip through the cracks of a recovery timeline that keeps stretching further into ambiguity. Blake Snell, the left-handed phenom, a two-time Cy Young Award winner and arguably the most important pitching acquisition for the Dodgers this season, is now at a crossroads. The shoulder injury that was first brushed off as a temporary setback is now dictating the rhythm of an entire franchise's season. And let's not forget what was at stake when the Dodgers brought him in, a 5-year, $182 million deal signed with confidence and optimism. But optimism doesn't win games, and as of now, the Dodgers are being forced to plan without their star southpaw while the postseason looms large on the horizon. Snell's journey with the Dodgers started off with a bang, or at least a promise of one. In his first two starts, he posted an impressive 2.0 ERA, flashing that trademark dominance that made him such a force in San Diego and Tampa Bay. But behind those shiny numbers were warning signs: 10 hits, 7 earned runs, and a noticeable discomfort that could no longer be ignored. What the Dodgers hoped was just early season. Soreness has now spiraled into an ongoing saga involving cortisone injections, missed starts, postponed throwing sessions, and now consultations with specialists. Manager Dave Roberts tried to keep the narrative calm at first, suggesting the illness Snell caught during the Marlins series was a minor delay. But it's no longer just about that illness. It's about the accumulation of obstacles that keep pushing Snell's return further down the calendar. The Dodgers have now scheduled a meeting between Snell and Dr. Neil Elatraque, one of the top orthopedic specialists in the country, signaling that this isn't just about a pitcher taking extra rest. This is a franchise trying to avoid a postseason collapse by being overly cautious, and yet the urgency of October baseball doesn't pause for injuries. The stakes couldn't be higher. Currently, the Dodgers boast the best winning percentage in the league, but it's a fragile dominance. Their rotation is being held together by duct tape and hope, with 14 pitchers already on the injured list. Shohei Ohtani, another cornerstone of the team, is still hitting like a beast but unable to pitch due to his own elbow issues. Araki Sasaki, the much-hyped Japanese import, is still finding his footing on American soil, and the rest of the rotation looks more like a rotating cast of emergency stand-ins than a championship-caliber force. The question every Dodgers fan is asking now is this: can the team afford to wait for Snell to recover at his own pace, or does the pressure of the postseason demand a more aggressive push, even if it risks re-injury? Let's be clear, this isn't just a health issue anymore. It's a strategy issue, a financial concern, and potentially a legacy-defining decision. The Dodgers built this team for now. Not next year, not some distant future. This is the moment they've been assembling talent for. When you shell out nearly $200 million for a pitcher, the expectation isn't just regular season wins. It's Game 7 of the NLCS. It's the World Series. But as of today, Blake Snell hasn't pitched a meaningful game in weeks, and every passing day tightens the noose around the Dodgers' timeline. Fans are beginning to feel the tension. Social media is flooded with opinions, some urging caution, others demanding urgency. And who can blame them? They've seen this story play out before. Injuries derailing potential dynasties isn't new in LA. But with this much on the line, emotions are raw. Dave Roberts has remained diplomatic in his pressers, praising Snell's work ethic and emphasizing the importance of health. But read between the lines and you'll sense the anxiety. This team is built to win now, and any piece not functioning at full strength becomes a liability, no matter how big the name. Consider this: if Snell's recovery takes longer than expected, the Dodgers could be forced to enter the playoffs with a makeshift rotation. And in October, every pitch counts. Every arm matters. Momentum can swing on a single at-bat, and lacking a proven postseason performer like Snell could be the difference between champagne showers and crushing disappointment. And even if Snell returns in time, how sharp will he be? Shoulder injuries, especially for pitchers, don't just vanish. They linger, they alter mechanics, they haunt confidence. Pitchers coming off shoulder issues often need time not just to heal, but to trust their bodies again. The Dodgers may be running out of that luxury. It's not just Blake Snell's story anymore. It's the Dodgers' story. A season that began with dreams of dominance is now walking a tightrope between glory and implosion. The bullpen is already overworked. The rotation is patchwork and every arm counts. The Dodgers are trying to protect their investment, but at what cost? Is playing it safe now worth potentially entering October undermanned? That's the riddle Dave Roberts and the front office are trying to solve. Meanwhile, fans wait. They wait for updates from Roberts, for news from the doctors, for any sign that Snell is progressing. But with each quiet day, the hope dims just a little bit more. And yet, this is the reality of modern baseball. High-risk, high-reward investments like Snell come with uncertainty. No matter how talented a pitcher is, no one is invincible. Not in a game where velocity, torque, and repetition can wear down even the most finely tuned athlete. And Snell, for all his accolades, is still just human. A gifted, fiercely competitive, wildly talented human, but a human nonetheless. So where does that leave the Dodgers? They must juggle caution with ambition, patience with urgency. They must consider whether bringing Snell back too early could lead to a re-aggravation that sidelines him for the entire postseason, or worse, jeopardizes his long-term career. But on the flip side, waiting too long could mean missing their best window to finally add another championship banner to Chavez Ravine. And, in LA, patience isn't a virtue, it's a liability. In the coming days, all eyes will be on the medical updates, on Dr. Elatrache's recommendations on how Snell responds to whatever treatment path is prescribed. But make no mistake, this isn't just about one player anymore. It's about a team trying to write a legacy, a fan base holding its breath, and a city that demands excellence. The Dodgers are still the favorites, still the powerhouse, still the juggernaut with more talent than most clubs could dream of. But all it takes is one missing piece to send the entire structure wobbling. Stay tuned, because the story of Blake Snell and the Dodgers is far from over, and its next chapter could define the fate of this entire season.